this.
Hi folks, and welcome to Open Analysis Live Quick Tips. Now before we begin, if there's any strange noises in the background, I apologize. It's because there is a very tired, sleepy bulldog having a nap behind me, and I didn't have the heart to wake him up before I started recording, so there might be some snorting and snuffling and stuff in the background. It's not me, it's the dog. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to make your debugging experience a little bit better by disabling ASLR. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, you probably have at least seen this when you go to debug something. You load up in the exe in your debugger here, and the first thing you notice is it's loaded at sort of a weird address, so not that 4 and 5 zeros that you would expect. And if you reload it, always a different address each time. So this makes it kind of hard to debug. It makes it a pain in the rear if you're trying to match up the addresses with stuff in IDA. And you can quickly disable this by disabling ASLR in your VM. And I'm just going to show you how, and that'll kind of fix these problems of the PE file jumping around every time you reload it. So before we jump into that, I'll just explain quickly, if you're not familiar with ASLR, it's an acronym for Address Space Layout Randomization. And all it means is it's a security protection that moves around DLLs and executables in memory so that they're not loaded at a predictable address. And this stops, well, it tries to prevent some exploits where an exploit could jump to a known code section, basically. But for the purpose of this video, we're not going to talk too much about what ASLR is. We're going to talk about how to disable it in your debugging VM so it doesn't give you any more trouble. So it's actually really easy to do. All you have to do is open up regedit, and in local machine, system, CurrentControlSet, control, move this over a bit, session manager, memory management, and then once you're in memory management, you're going to add a new registry key. So just right click new, it'll be a D-word value, and you're going to call it MoveImages, and just set it to 0 there. So that's basically going to tell the OS not to move images or PE files around when they're loaded, which disables ASLR. So once you set that, you have to reboot your VM. So let's just do that quickly. We'll use some MoveImagic. Okay, so we've rebooted, and let's just drag our sample over here. Memory map, where is it loaded? There we go, 4 and 5 zeros, just like we would expect.
You son of a bitch.
So we've disabled the ASLR. Now let me show you why this is super helpful if you're using IDA to reverse engineer in one VM and a debugger to debug the malware in another VM. So what we can do now is if we pop over to an IDA instance with the same PE file loaded up. So now everything here, you can see these little line offsets in the text view, is going to align with the addresses in the debugger. Now this wouldn't have been the case before, as I showed you, the PE file is loaded all kinds of different memory sections, so it wouldn't align with these addresses in IDA. But now that we've turned off ASLR, it's loaded at normal base address, and so these all match up. So what that means is we could grab one of these addresses here, just right click, copy it, and jump to that in our debugger, and we could go Control G, paste in that address, go to it, and there we go. We're looking at the same function that we're looking at in IDA, we're now looking at in the debugger. So this is a good way to match up one-to-one between the debugger and IDA. And of course, if you don't disable ASLR, you are going to have to calculate the difference between the base address where the PE file is loaded in IDA and the base address where it's loaded in x64dbg. Now I'll show you one more thing. If you're in a scenario where you can't disable ASLR, so perhaps there's some sort of checks or something like that, where it needs to be enabled in your VM, where you're doing your debugging, you can actually rebase the PE file in IDA so it matches the debugger memory image base. So what I'll do is I will turn off ASLR, I'll go back, I'll load this up at whatever the random address that it gets loaded at, and then I'll show you how to rebase it in IDA. So a little bit more MoveImagic. Let's turn off ASLR. Okay, so ASLR is off. Let's drag our sample over here, look at the memory map. Where we loaded at 11E12340. That's the base address of the sample that we loaded. So now we can pop over to our IDA instance here, and we can rebase this. So what we do is we go to Edit, Segments, Rebase Program, and it was 11E and 4 zeros, 11E1234. It's going to fix everything up. So now we have a new address set on the side here because the image has been rebased, everything's been relocated properly for that base. So we could say copy this address, just like we showed before, come back to our sample here in the debugger, Control G to jump to an address, paste the address in, go, boom, now we found the matching function in x64dbg, same as in IDA. So there's two ways to make them match up. Obviously, if you're doing any debugging, it needs to match up. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to calculate that offset each time you have to copy stuff from IDA to the debugger. The best way to do it is to disable ASLR, so then you don't have to worry about it. But then again, if you're in a situation where you can't disable it, then what you can do is you can just rebase IDA to the correct base address. And before I leave it, I'll show you one last thing, and that is where this setting is stored. So this is actually stored in the PE file itself, in the header. So I'm going to exit out of this, and we can show you a PE bear here. Drag our sample over, and in the optional header, there's a little section called DLL characteristics. 40 hex tells you that the DLL can move. Now, this is kind of weird verbiage. This actually doesn't only apply to DLLs. It also, as we can see here, applies to PE files that are executables instead of DLLs. I don't know why this verbiage exists, but it's all throughout the Microsoft documents. Maybe somebody who's like a Microsoft developer or like an insider can tell me why they use this. Maybe it was originally only for DLLs. I'm not quite sure, but it certainly applies to PE files. So this is how you can tell if this is going to affect your PE file. You'll see this setting here, and this isn't always set for files. You can disable this at build time. The thing is, though, that Visual Studio default settings will set this by default. So anyone who's not disabling it intentionally, their PE file is going to be built with ASLR enabled, or DLL can move settings are enabled. Again, you could also knock this out. You could turn this into zeros in the header, modify the header, save the file out, and debug it that way, and then ASLR would be turned off for that. But in those cases, that's a little strange because then you're modifying the malware directly. So if it has any sort of weird sort of self-checking stuff, then you might have messed that up. So what I like to do is just disable ASLR on the debugging VM. It's just easier, like I said, and you can kind of set it and forget it. So hopefully this helps you guys. Quick tip, and there's a few more coming like this, and then like I said, there's going to be a longer tutorial where we do a little bit more deep dive reverse engineering, but you're going to need these quick tips in order to understand what we're doing in that one. So stay tuned, and until next time, keep exposing the mechanics behind the malware. Stay curious.